Hello there. What is going on, everybody? Today, we're going to be looking at the Abomination vaults for the Pathfinder terrain series. This is some modular tabletop terrain that you can use for all of your tabletop games, be it skirmish gaming or RPG gaming. You can assemble this in a multitude of different configurations to have like modular terrain where you can build out rooms and dungeons and configure it however you like, then tear it all down, reconfigure it again. We're going to be looking at this. We'll show you how this comes in the box. Maybe we'll throw some paint on it and see how it looks and maybe how it interacts with other similar sets. Pretty cool. This is also fully compatible with the Dungeons and Lasers stuff. You've seen me talk about some of the Dungeons and Lasers terrain already before. So here's just a good look at the box. Big thanks to Archon Studios for sending this out for review. If you guys are new here to the channel, we also are doing a big giveaway right now for a $70 Amazon gift card for the Shadow Collective core set for Star Wars Legion. Of course, you can use that for whatever you'd like. If you're interested in having a chance to win that, you just have to be a subscriber and leave a comment on this or one of my videos. It's as simple as that. And also, while you're here, check the links in the description below. If you want to find this yourself, I'm going to have a link where you can check this out in the video description. So make sure you do that. So, all right, we got this thing open. Let's go ahead and see what's inside. Oh, we got a nice little brochure inside with some fancy painting. Oh man, this is painted up real nice. I don't know if I'll be able to paint it up as nice as that. Like, I'll probably just do like a quick paint job just to give you an idea. But yeah, so we've got a look at some of the different sets that are out there from all of the Dungeons and Lasers stuff. Lots of different sets here. And we got. You know what? They have a bunch of cool dragons. I'm going to show you guys some of the dragons also that they've got, because they've sent me a couple of dragons and I've been looking for an excuse to pull them out. So you got your instructions on how to build these out. You're going to need some sprue cutters, because look at that. We do have frames here to cut them out. So first off, wow, these are really detailed. Lots of, like, that looks like real stone, right? Like, so this is going to take paint really well, no doubt. We've got our walls here. These are kind of short walls. You're going to be able to see over them, but they're there to set the narrative, right? That's where they're specified half height walls. Pretty cool. We got lots of different walls in here, and then we've got some kind of different like longer pieces and then shorter pieces. We got a little drain in there, all right? And we've got another one of these. I think this is the same as that one that we just looked at. We've got doors as well. Doors are very cool. They're going to be how you get from one room to the next, right? And I think these might be movable doors, which that'll actually open and close. We'll see, because it looks like there's little hinges on there, which is really cool stuff. All right, let's see. We've got another one of these. We've got a lot of pieces here. So that's a lot of sprues. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these sprues plus all of our connector bits. And so I'm gonna get some of these clipped out, and I'll show you how they work together. All right, so I've got everything connected. We have our bits here. We've got our connector bits, all kinds of set up. And of course, we've got our side bits here as well. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna flip these over, and we can take one of these and push them straight into there. And then we have the same thing on this side. And we can lock those into right there, and then we just join everything together. That way we have a little hole here in the middle. We can do different things with the holes. We can put a wall in between there if we want to do that. We can put a doorway in between if we want to do it like that. We can put a little rock. I guess we got these little rocks that are new. Little rocks can go in there, just like that, to cover it up. There we go. I'm not really that worried about covering up little holes with rocks, but there you have that option if you want to do that. You can put some of these on the sides as well. And then for those, you're just going to use these side pieces that are going to go like so. And I'll put another one in right here. And then we've got a side wall right there. And then so I'll just build one out a little bit more. All right, so I've put kind of a little corridor together. I was thinking of putting a little doorway right in here, and the doors are pretty cool, because you have the door piece here, and then you have the doorway here, and you're just going to slide this in there like so, and now it opens and closes. How cool is that? So pretty nice. We'll stick that in there, and now we've got our little doorway, and we've got extra rubble and stuff we can kind of put in there, and there's all sorts of extra little bits. We've got like a torch here we can put here, and like now this is the lit up garbage area, right? And we've got, you know, and they do all kinds of little extra bits like this, so you can really kind of customize what you're doing. Let's go ahead and maybe throw some paint on everything else, and see how these would look with just a quick paint job. All right, so I've gone ahead and put a little bit of paint on some of this, and as you can see, it held paint pretty well. I put it together in like a sort of a sample configuration here, and the door's falling out, so I gotta stop that, and let's do the whole thing all over again. All right, so I've gone ahead and put a little bit of paint all over everything. Not too much. This was a pretty quick paint job. I did this in just about an hour or two. I just started with a prime. I used Army Painter primer, the yellow primer. And it's a really cool primer because yellow is a harder color to paint. So I always like, if I'm gonna do yellow, start with a base prime of yellow, and then I can kind of add other layers on top of that. And I just took an airbrush and mixed a little brown and black, kind of did in the cracks, and then kind of a lighter brown, maybe from the top, to take advantage of some of these textures that are in here. And without even having to do a wash, I got a lot of different textures of just 3 colors. Then I added a little bit of extra detail on some of the silver bars and some of the silver gratings, and then some of the red paneling on some of the panels here, and the doors as well are still openable and closable, which is really cool. I didn't do all the doors, I just did some, and some of these are together with the bottom clips, and some of these are loose, and so you can this is kind of a cool thing, a cool feature. I don't know if it's intended to be this way or not, but I will sometimes put things like these are all together as one piece, and then these are loose. So if you're playing as a dungeon master, and some of these are loose pieces as well, of course you can play I want a pillar here, I want a pillar here, so on and so forth. Those do not lock in as per normal, but you can, I can place some debris over here if I wanted to do that. You have a lot of and that's the cool thing about these sets, as well as the Dungeons and Laser sets, which I'm going to also show you some more of that about. That is all the extra little terrain bits, the torches and things like that. We can we can take these torches and, well, you know what, I want this torch over here instead, and boom, and now all of a sudden there's a torch there, right? Maybe your party carries a torch and leaves it there, or maybe they take the torch with them, and now all of a sudden you can remove it from the map. And maybe you want to get some more of these pieces, and you know what, I want to put there, I want there to be a wall here, I want there to be a wall here, or so on and so forth, and we can get all this extra. Or maybe I want a wall in between this, and now all of a sudden they have to choose the left or right corridor in that particular path. You can do an awful lot of stuff kind of on the fly. But if you're the dungeon master and people have just opened this door, right? Well, there it goes, opens in way. I'm trying to push it. So maybe people have just opened this door and they're going through. Maybe I didn't want these two here ahead of time. Maybe I wanted the party to not know what was on there. So that through Fog of War, you can do this, and it's a little bit easier to kind of slide them in, or have some rooms pre-built that are locked in underneath, with these clips, and then some rooms that are kind of connected, and some that are not connected. And so there you go. And now the doors can come out, or they can go in and stay on the hinges. So pretty cool if you want certain doorways to be static and open, like this one over here. If I want this one to maybe there is no door, maybe they can't close the door behind them, I can just remove that door, and they kind of go in and out fairly easily, but they're in there enough to stay if you want them to stay, and then can open, or you can pop them out completely if you would like. So I want to show you guys a little bit more of this. See, I basically have one room here, another big room here, and then these 2 standalone tiles to show you how you can do it. I can, of course, then connect this underneath, and then have it connect harder to that if I want that to be more concrete. And then it'll stay a little bit. Well, I don't have it all the way in there, but there we go. But I like to have the rooms, let me take this off, because I like to have some of the rooms just to be able to slide in, because they still hold in good together. And I want to compare this to some of the other Dungeons and Lasers stuff and show you how you can put them together and show you some minis in here as well. All right, so I've rearranged things a little bit. Just have kind of a smaller room here. Maybe this is where the party is. They're in this room, and they are going to open this door. And then when they do open that door, I'm going to all of a sudden connect one of the other scenes. And of course, now they're in a different section of the dungeon. And now all of a sudden it's like mines and stuff. And maybe they're going deeper underground into even new dangers. And so these do have, of course, the same types of underconnection system. So you can easily build all your different rooms. I definitely don't recommend building too many rooms all connected together. You want to leave some kind of parts like this, because you're going to want probably rooms that you can hold in one hand. If you're having to use like two hands to hold all your rooms, then first off, your party's going to see everything, so you want to leave at least a little bit of mystery. So if you're like if you're DMing, have like maybe a good starter room, but have some doorways like this one, right? Like this one right here, that's going to nowhere, and that gives you the opportunity when they open it. Then you can put something else up next to it, and then have your other rooms ready to go, and you can have those maybe covered with a sheet or a piece of paper, or in a bin or something like that, out of view of the players. So that's a cool one. This is this is another good sized room. That's all one that's ready to go, and so is this. And of course, you can reconfigure those. You can even build some multi-purpose ones in case you have to react sort of on the fly. You can just say, okay, oh, you guys are going this way. Okay, well, once you get to that doorway, and now all of a sudden it's another one of these. If you don't want to have too many sets, you can do that. I want to show you guys how these look with some minis in them as well. So I wanted to start off with some big bad dragons to kind of show you guys some of the other stuff that is also available through Archon with the Dungeons and Lasers line. Very cool dragon here with some. This is one of my paint jobs. I give him some kind of some golden trim on him. And of course, now I have built my corridors here a little on the smaller side, but you may want a bigger room if you're going to have like a dungeons. And of course, you can take these walls down, you can join them all together to have one giant room if you want to have a big boss level for a dragon fight. And then of course, there is also the sci-fi stuff. So if you're looking for like a xeno dragon, like maybe an alien themed xenomorph inspired dragon, we've got this awesome dude right here. I kind of have to lean him up by the tail there. It's That's a very impressive dragon. I'll put some more reasonable, a wider variety of miniatures, sizes, and stuff in here as well. All right, so getting a little bit closer to normal size minis, but still a little on the larger side. We're going with some Age of Sigmar Stormcast Eternals right now. These have a slightly larger base than most, where this is a 1-inch square grid. These can still easily fit through all of the hallways. I've got my Annihilators here. They can easily move through here. So you can definitely use any of your Warhammer stuff if you're thinking of using it with that, or using some of your Age of Sigmar miniatures for like D&D, or just trying to do some cool dioramas, which is also a fun thing to do. I'll show you guys a little bit more, some more smaller, but closer to 1-inch scale miniatures here. All right, now we're going with kind of more standard size miniatures that you might expect to see in most of your role-playing games. I'm using some Star Wars Legion miniatures right here. We've got Darth Vader and 2 stormtroopers. And of course, they do fit perfectly in these squares. You can fit lots of them, and even in just a single corridor or area with no problem. This is also a larger miniature, but this is from Hero Forge. Still fits in the 1-inch square. This is my Crabbok the Ogre with nunchucks and my little squirrel. This was from a role-playing game from the Star Wars RPG that we were running not too long ago during the beginning of the pandemic, or right before the beginning of the pandemic, as a matter of fact. But yeah, so very fun one here. So if you're, basically whatever kind of miniatures you're looking at, they're probably going to work with this. So definitely pretty cool stuff, and I think that's a good amount of comparisons. Of course, if you have any other questions, definitely let me know down in the comment section. All right, guys, that is going to do it for this review. If you're interested in checking out the Pathfinder Terrain Abomination Vaults or anything else in the Dungeons and Lasers line or anything else from Archon, I'm going to put a link down in the video description so you can check that out for yourself. Very fun to be able to kind of build and set up your own play sets, whether it's for RPGs, for miniatures gaming, for board gaming, that you're kind of like, some people use these to make like a 3D board for their board game in place of the board, or just for dioramas or just for fun. I mean, it's fun to play with your kids with these two, have them kind of build a level and then you guys play it together. Very fun stuff. I want to thank Archon for sending this out so much. Thank you guys for making this possible. I will talk to you guys later. I will also be doing more videos, so if you like what you see, stay tuned, just click subscribe, all that good stuff. Big thanks to my patrons. You guys are absolutely amazing and help make this whole channel possible, so thank you for your continued support. I will talk to you later. Thank you so much, and as always, may the force be with you. Live long and prosper. Be excellent to each other. So say we all, and party on, dudes.